what's up everyone? Welcome back to Tease Time. I'm TJ. Thank you for tuning in. Almost forgot who I am. Today's a good day. I'm going to go attempt to get the propane tank filled. I called this spot. It's not too far. I'm going to drive out and see if they can get the tank filled. It is a new tank. It's a 30 some odd gallon tank, but it needs to be purged before it fills. They said they could do that. I don't know if they're gonna let me record, but I'm gonna go get that situated, and I still need to do like a leak test to make sure we don't have any like leaks in the lines, and we need to get that stuff situated. But like, yeah, we got water. The last part, the essential part, is fire and hot water for the hot water heater. So right now I'm gonna go over, we're gonna get this situated, hopefully get this situated, get some gas in here. That's kind of like one of the last crucial little parts of the puzzle that we need to get done. Like, and I'm in the middle of like painting and stuff, but like the hard stuff is done. We'll have all essential stuff coming very soon. Heat, AC, water, and fire. That's all you really need. And we got like a fridge for food, food to cook on the stove, and water, running water, wash your hands, take a shower. That stuff is important. But let me go and crush your fingers for me. Hopefully we don't have any issues. It should go nice and smooth. It's on the side, the passenger side of the van, or the little hatch we already installed, so they could gain access to it. Hopefully there's enough room for that. But nothing to it but to do it. Let's get rolling. Crush your fingers. Yeah. All right, we arrived. We're at what is this? Americamp RV. They have propane, Wi-Fi. I was checking the daily rates. If you wanted to come here and plug in, electric is included in the price. It's about like 50 is the lowest, up to I think 70 something dollars a night. So if anybody's interested in RV camps, that's what they have outside. We have propane. I gotta find the little call button. They say you call the button and somebody should come. And yes, press the little button. And we shall see. And I'm gonna respect people's privacy. I'm not gonna just record people's face. Like, I'll ask if it's cool. If not, you won't see the propane tank being filled. But if it is, I'll record. But yeah, we'll see if somebody comes. All right, what's up people? We have Brian here, our gas man. He's gonna make sure we're good. We get our tanks filled up. This is the first fill. It says purge, add fluid liquid propane LP. So this is where our access panel is, and hopefully it's wide enough to make Brian's life a little easier. But he said it was cool to record, so it's cool. Yep. And then propane has like an additive added to the odor, so you can smell like when it's leaked, but you do need to do like leak tests also. I think it's called like ethyl mecathrine or something like that. A little safety feature. You might smell a little stankiness. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Go home smelling like that goodness. Hey, do you?
Copy that.
Oh. I was gonna say, do you got any like safety precautions or anything like that
yeah,
you tell
like
people about?
Whenever we're filling, we don't allow anybody to be inside.
Okay.
And everything has to be turned off.
Gotcha.
We shut the valve off because we don't know if there's a leak. You know, we don't want to be filling and you be having a leak and not know about it. And then we always ask if they're gonna go through tunnels or anything like that, because you have to have the propane shut off when you go through a tunnel.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Yeah.
They pull you to this. It'll say campers and basically like campers or trucks. If you were carrying any propane, to pull off to the side.
Okay.
You have to wait, and a guy comes out and makes sure your tanks are off, and then they let you through.
Okay, cool. See, learn something new every day. And then like even when you're just traveling in general, even if you're not doing bridges, you should probably just have it shut off just in case like something like vibrates loose, maybe.
It depends though. Like some people's fridges run off of propane, so they don't want their food to go bad, you know. that's all right. But it's like they just want you to shut it off when you go through a tunnel. If you got to have it on for your fridge, just wait till you get out of the tunnel, pull off, turn it back on.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I appreciate that.
It's a big tank.
Yeah, it's 30 some odd gallons, I believe it holds. Because hopefully it's for cooking in hot water.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I took the first shower, it was the day before yesterday here. It was cold, but like it worked. Just like testing everything out, getting everything up and going. But it'd be nice to actually hot shower and actually able to cook something on the stove.
Did you build it?
Yeah. Yeah, the solar, everything. Everything is my hands.
So what do you do, travel around?
No, I work like a regular person. Yeah, like that's why like it's taking so long. Like on the weekends usually, like I build, you know, like whenever I can find free time. But yeah, nah, I'm still a worker, you know, I'm still a worker, but I'm trying.
So right now, I open the bleeder, and once it starts spitting, you know it's full.
Yeah.
Because you can only fill them to 3/4. You
That's
can't
that
ever fill it
expansion.
all the way.
Yeah.
That's why the gauge only goes up to 3/4. And then, say you fill it in the morning when it's cold and you're driving all day. Sometimes you have the relief on there, but sometimes if you come in the afternoon and try to fill, it won't allow you to fill because there's more pressure in that tank than there is in our tanks, and it won't.
A guy, he'll beat it. Yeah.
Fill. So you have to wait till it gets full.
Oh, okay.
Sure do right now. And I just bleed my line so I can unhook it.
It'll go all over the place.
So that's great. The valve's still off.
All right, appreciate you, Brian.
No problem.
Money goes inside, or?
Yeah, I'll probably send it off so I can help you.
All right, cool. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, it is. So success, we got propane, and we can get our propane accessory stuff situated later day after the leak test is done. But we're gonna pay the people. But yeah, think safety. You know, we just learned something new too. So yeah. All right, so we got gas in the tank. We have 24.2 gallons. Yeah, so this is a couple days later. Today is, what is it, October 1st? Yeah, by the time you see this will probably be November. But I do have a gauge, a leak gauge. I'm going to do a leak test and make sure we don't have any leaks before I decide to turn this gas on for the stove and also for the hot water heater. So I picked this up. The part numbers are a little messed up. That's the part number right there if you're interested in a gauge to check for leaks. So this is just to make sure that we don't have any leaks in the lines before we try to turn on our appliances, and hopefully we don't. If we do, I do have like some leak soap, so we have to go connection by connection to figure out where the leak is coming from. There's an allowable drop, but I prefer to see no drop. So we're gonna put this in, we're gonna turn the gas on, we're gonna close the valve on the tank, and then we're gonna let it sit probably for like a good 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes, depending on how I feel, and then we'll see if it drops. So I have 2 crescent wrenches just to disconnect the regulator from the propane tank, and we just need to gain access in here. And I'm doing this in between, Hurricane Ian. So we got a little, it's not raining now. It's not supposed to rain for a few hours anyway. So anybody who's further down south, hopefully you're taking the right precautions you need. But I'm up in Virginia, so we should be good. We just have rain. But definitely take precautions and be safe out there. But let's get the flap open, the access panel, disconnect, and install. So by the time you see the gauge install, I'll show you where it's in, because I have to hold the flap open and try to get my hands in there, so I won't be able to really record that. Well, I'll try to, but if you don't see it, then you know what happened. This right here, we have to disconnect this regulator right here, and the gauge goes in between the valve on the propane tank itself and the regulator, so it goes in between there. All right, so the gauge is in, it's installed, it's tight, it's snug. I have all the appliance shutoffs, they're all turned on right now. Just make sure, like, you're gonna have your stove, all the burners, they're actually like it's in the off position. So we're gonna test it that way first. And we're also going to make sure we're going to spray this down. Well, we don't have to spray it down. Let's see what the leak detector picks up and see if it or the gauge actually picks up anything. So what you want to do, you want to turn on your gauge. So that's dropping. Okay, so that significantly dropped. It could be lines being filled up, but I'm gonna get my leak detector spray bottle filled up, and we're gonna go around. I'm gonna actually turn the tank on. I'm gonna bleed the lines out, meaning I'm gonna go to each appliance and I'm gonna open the valve until I smell the propane. Make sure you have a well ventilated area. Make sure you don't have anything that's gonna ignite, cause a spark. You don't want to blow yourself up. And then we're gonna just do that. We're gonna just start from one end, spray with leak detector, or work our way back towards the tank. But first things first, I need my leak detector. We're gonna get that situated, and I'll show you how to purge the line. All right, so this is what I have for leak detector. You do not need to dilute this. I have a spray bottle just to make life easier. I'm gonna pour this in to the spray bottle. It does come with a little applicator, little sponge type deal inside, like that. But I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna use a spray bottle. That's what I prefer. Let's try not to make a crazy big mess. All right, and since we have the gas tanks filled, paint is complete. I still had to just install the cabinet little push handle lock things or whatever, but the doors stay closed by themselves when I'm driving down the road. But yeah, since the propane's been filled, I've been painting. So painting and just waiting to be able to get the leak gauge. That's what I've been waiting for. So in between time, that's what I've been up to. I didn't really record the cabinet doors because I did record the painting of the cabinets. But we're gonna get into purging the system. So we got to turn the tank on. And like I said, ventilation is key. You don't want anything that's gonna spark, or especially if it's gonna fill the room with gas. It shouldn't fill the room with gas, but just be very, very safe. I don't recommend you doing this if you're not comfortable or you haven't had past experiences with propane. But we're gonna turn it on. So the tank is on. We're gonna go inside, and this is purging the line. And use your nose. Propane does have an odor to it. It's a safety feature so you can smell the leak. Hopefully if you smell it's not too late. But what I'm gonna do, the line right there, I'm gonna crack that. This is the furthest line. I'm gonna crack that, and then I'm gonna crack the stove. See if we get a good angle. I don't know if we will or will not. All right, now that's purging the lines, unless you already have a leak and it's purging itself. But yeah, be very careful. Like I said, do not ignite or have anything that's going to make a spark, especially like you're just purging it like that. So right now we're going to turn the gauge back on, or it's already, the tank is already on, but we're going to shut it off now. Now, like I could hear something in there. Take our leak detector. As you see, we got a leak right there. So we're gonna tighten that. So you find leaks, you tighten them, you check again, and you continue that process. So we have a leak right there, so I just have to tighten that up. All right, so I got the tank on. I'm gonna go ahead and start checking leaks. Let's start from inside out. And we can start the ground crawling. And we got a leak right here. Those bubbles. Let's see if we can tighten that. right, so that one's good. That felt like it was loose. So that's why you don't want to just assume there's no leaks. I put that on, I probably just didn't tighten it all the way. So that's one leak. So starting from the further side, and we're gonna work our way back towards the tank. You want to check for like where there's all like the unions and T's and like flare nuts. Those are like where your main leaks would be. Last resort would be like there's a leak somewhere in the line itself from like chafing or like a screw or something like made contact. And then also it's a good thing, like I'm doing a leak detect test now after like I've already driven the vehicle with the lines in. So if there was any vibration to make it go loose, that should have already occurred. So that's also a plus. But let's keep going. And this is the other set of a T right here. So we have there and there. So we'll start here. So we got leaks right there on this one. And also right there. All right, so I have it in. It's set at about 60-ish right now. So I'm gonna let that sit, let it do its thing. But it's definitely not dropping like it was before. If that's good, I'll be able to like fire up the stove at least. The hot water heater I'm gonna wait on because in the instructions, like there says something about like a filter. Like I don't have my water filter in line yet because I still contemplating on sanitizing the water system. So at least if we get the fire going on the stove, we'll be good with that. So at least we could cook. And then for the hot water, like I might just turn it on. But just like the filter, the reason why it needs a filter is just so it doesn't get like sediment inside like the tank itself and get like that calcium scale build up. So like the hot water tank, it's still shut off. There's no water in it yet. It's just it's bypassed right now. So like all the water lines have been leak tested. The drains and everything are up and functioning. The fresh water does what it needs to do. The gray tank catches everything. There's no leaks over there. So like this is the last leak check for our plumbing. And then we'll have all appliances up and going until I decide to put like a water filter in or not. So that's like the last factor. And yeah, so stove, that's gonna be going. Killing time, just finishing up. That would be like all the essential stuff that you would actually, well, you don't actually need, but like for me anyway, I wanted heat, AC, water, fire, and that's all you really need. I got a little fridge to store stuff. So it's pretty much done at this point. It's just cleaning up, doing trim stuff. That's coming up. I'm about to do that. I don't know if I'll record. It's at the point right now where in my mind it's about done-ish, or I'll say it's pretty much done. If this passes, that's like the major key points to a build. We got electronics, we have lights, you know, everything that you these creature comforts that we call a necessity nowadays, we will have. The only minus would be like the hot water, and that's just because I'm just waiting on deciding if I just want to just say screw the filter, because you know, until like I sanitize, at least have hot water like a little bit, and then put a filter in at a later date, and just don't like forget, like one of those later date things that never come back around. But enough yapping. I'm gonna let the leak test gauge do its thing. We'll be back. Hopefully there will be no leaks, and we'll be back with fire. All right, so we passed our leak test. We're leak free, so we'll be ready to get the stove turned on. Before we do that, the stove calls for 10 to 13.8 inches of water column for the stove. The hot water heater calls for 11 to 14 inches of water column for the hot water. For total output for all these appliances put together, our BTU rating is at 63,100. The regulator I have that's on there, the double stage regulator, it's rated at 11 inches water column at 100 psi. So we have that, and then the rating for the regulator is 175,000 BTUs. So we should have more than enough, but I'm also going to go ahead and I'm going to double check to make sure our water column is where it needs to be. I do have a gauge for that. I'm going to show you on the regulator. So we're going to disconnect. There's a port on the low side of the regulator. We're going to take that off. And this is my gauge right here to check for our water column. So in there, these little ports right here is where you could test for our water column. So you're going to remove this one. And we're going to put a little adapter in there just so we can see what the water column rating is. And then you want your water column not to fall below your minimum water column. So if we have 11, we should be good for both appliances, and that's with testing with half of the appliances on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this gauge in, I'm going to test it, and then I'm going to turn the stove on. And we should still have our 11 inches. If not, we could adjust it. Under this black cap, you would take this off, and then you could adjust the spring on there to adjust the rating output for this. I believe this goes up to about like 13 or 14 inches water column, so it's adjustable. But you take in your adapter right here. That screws in like so. Snug it up. Like so. Take our hose, or take our adapters, our hose, put this on like so, and then connect our gauge, and do not drop your gauge. Connect that like so. Turn the tank on. All right. And we're sitting at 14. So let's go back to our cheat sheet. So on 14, or pretty much 13.8, that's the max for the stove, and the max for the hot water heater is at 14. So let me actually back that down. I think I'll be happy if it's at 13. 13 for me will make my mind at ease. So I'm going to take off that cap, and I'm going to adjust that down to 13. So the cap, just screw that off, and then there's a little, you can stick like a flathead, so you can pick that up, a flathead screwdriver in there to adjust. All right, and we're sitting just above 13 inches of water column. What I did, I counterclockwise, taking pressure off of that spring, will lower that water column down. So we're good where we're at right now. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna go turn the stove on, and that should have like half our appliances on. So we still want that when the stove is on to still be over the 11, so that the water heater has what it needs, so all appliances have what it needs if we have everything running at the same time. All right, in a moment of truth, we're about to have fire, which is lovely. This is like one of the last essential pieces of this puzzle we're creating here. So right now we're gonna turn on, and then also you want to spray like these fittings down in here also, just to make sure that you don't have any leaks in here with your leak detection stuff. But let's aim for this burner right here. So what you have to do to get this going, you turn the knob, and then you hit the clicker, and that turns the stove on. So we have fire. That is lovely. So let's turn on the rest of these burners, actually get some circulation going. We got fire going. So we're gonna turn that on. We have nice blue flames. You don't want to see a lot of yellow. Like blue is nice and good. That's a nice clean burn. I'm gonna do the same for this one. We'll do the front or the rear. And that's max burn with those going. See, make sure we don't have anything in the oven, which we do, plastic. So that wouldn't be good. Make sure you don't have anything in your oven, any tape. You took off all the wrapping of everything is off and clear. You're good to go. So for the stove, all right, let me go through the instructions, try to figure out how to get this oven to light. So what I'm doing, I'm pressing it in. We're going to the flame, and like I'm pressing it. I don't know if you have to like kind of press that, like, I don't know. And then click the flicker. Oh, there we go. So we got a little pilot going. There we go. Yeah, I don't know, like I was pressing it when it was on the little fire spot right there, and then we got the gas, like I pumped it a little bit and then it came on. So we're gonna set that. I just want to get everything like max. So we got our fire going in there, our oven, that. Let's get all these burners going. All right, now let's check for our water column. So we have the oven and all the stovetop burners going. And with all of them going, we're at 12 right there. So that's with like we have the stove going, so then we'll have 12 available. So if you go right here to our hot water heater, it says 11 to 12 or 11 to 14. So we have 12. And if I wanted to, 11, 12, yeah, that's like right between in the sweet spot. So we have plenty of water column for our hot water heater to do its thing, what it needs to. We're at 12, and the regulator has plenty enough to give what it needs. So we're cool with that. I'm happy. We got fire. Fire is lovely. But yeah, we are at that point. Turn all these off. Turn the lights off. So we're at that lovely point where we have all the essential pieces that we need to say that this is complete. For the point of just like the build itself, like with a build and projects, it's never really ever complete. There's always something, whether it's breaking or repairs or upgrades, modifications, whatever you want to do. A project's never really truly done. But like when I started to build and I started to put the videos up on YouTube, I said every Wednesday until I'm done. I think I'm calling this, or I am calling this complete, for the sense of the every Wednesday guarantee. Like I'll still put up updates, but like the Wednesday guarantee might not be, I don't know. We don't have that pressure of that. So like I'll update and make uploads when I see that it's, I don't know, required or necessary, or I feel like it's worth the effort to put the video up. But we do have our fire. You just saw the fire going. We do have our water pump turns on. We have running water. We have a shower that's functional. The hot water heater, it should work. It should work. Cold showers, I have taken a couple cold showers in there, just testing everything out. It's cold. So I'm still thinking or figuring out what I want to do for like my water filtration, but like I'll probably make a video, or definitely will make a video of like that when I have my water stuff situated with the filtration. But plumbing and draining and all that's done. We have heat, we have AC, we have lights, we have fire, we have water. What more do you want from me? And we have a fridge. So fridge and unnecessary necessities, a TV, Wi-Fi, things that we feel are necessities but aren't really necessities. We have my TV tray, my Lagan. That sits in place right here. Is a modern day TV tray, so I have like a tabletop that's stored away. But actually, let me pull that out so I can actually like show you what I'm talking about. And my tabletop. So if I have to edit videos, eat food or whatever, we have this. So that's cool. That's in there. Fridge, exhaust fans, all that jazz. I'm working on Musica right now. Once I get these mounted, these are the stands for our speakers for our surround. Working on getting that stuff situated, and that situated with the wire stuff over there. But like that's not video worthiness. It's basic hook up a receiver, speaker wires, that stuff. The important electronics have been covered. So we have our electronics, our solar, our batteries. We're definitely off-grid capable right now. It's just depending on how long you could be off-grid, especially like if you take into consideration our water storage tanks. So that depends on your showers. Make them quick, make them very short, but it serves its purpose, and that's the only thing that'll kind of pull you back in. And then also, as we keep going, we're gonna just see how much like the propane, or how long the propane actually lasts for before we need to like fill up. But we do have our cooking. Like this is a major key factor in not having leaks, so we're not gonna blow up our exhaust fan. So when we do cook, we just have to open up the outside flap, and I do need to put duct tape around it just to make sure that we have a tight seal, so like insulation is not blowing in there. But like that right there, and like if you're tall enough, you can go on your tippy toes and release that little hatch, and that'll allow the exhaust out. And then we have a window like right there also, just so like when you are cooking, you have gas going, you want good ventilation. That's why I just opened that up, why I had to start it up. But yeah, and let me actually give you a cleaner look when we actually have our grates on top. And I do need to throw like some more screws in the back side of that. But for you, let's throw this on. All right, so you take the flap, the glass, you put this back, you turn your burner on. And this also how you use it. You just put it to the little light, the fire, and turn it on. Let's see if I could get this going, the oven better than I did last time. So we got the fire mode. There we go. Got it first click this time. So you press it, it looks like it gets a little pilot going in the back, and then you adjust your temperature and it'll turn the flame up or down. So we have nice blue flames, and that's what you want. So we have fire. All this will come off. Turn your lights off. Yeah, so we're calling it complete. I'm calling it complete. I do appreciate each and every one of you for checking me out, for watching, for liking, subscribing, for commenting, for gaining any value from these videos, and just kind of seeing what it takes to put something of this magnitude together. Definitely took longer than I was expecting. I was expecting a year. This is year 3, but like this is like free time, not just like I have all week off just to work on the van. This is going to work, vacation, trying to fit life in. That has not been let's say that has not been has not been available. Like I've been just kind of grinding, just working, just kind of tunnel visioning, teaching myself discipline, the every Wednesday thing, patience, because I wanted this done in a year, but it's taken 3. So it just definitely took me I learned a lot of valuable lessons. And I'm pleased where it's at right now. We have like little things to throw up, trim pieces and stuff like that. Like that stuff like isn't really, I don't know, like follow me on Instagram. I'll probably do like some updates or something like that. But yeah, for our key factors for a major build, like this is all like I needed. I probably didn't really necessarily need, but like you could do the same, you could do less. You don't have to go like this far out, but just because I build things in my head, it just made sense for the fact of, or the matter of, not paying labor cost. Because labor cost definitely will make a project a burden. Even though if you think about like the time you spent, it kind of turned into like a love-hate relationship where it's just like, I'm focused on the goal at hand. I have a vision. I could see it, but just like the time that it takes, I didn't really factor that in. Like I factored in the build of like how I want to do it, the process, the steps, like the domino effect of just doing different things like windows and wires before the walls went up. And it was just kind of like a very in-depth thought process, but in my head, like the time to actually build and complete things, I underestimated. I underestimated. I thought it was a year or theory, but like it's definitely at the point where it's done. Where I still have the floors to do, but like we have floors. I'm not sitting on the ground, not flintstoning, so that's not really a priority. That's just kind of like to clean up, make it look nice, and like when I do the floors, like I'll definitely make a video of that, like laying the floor down. I plan on doing light-proof flooring, but for the sense of like a van that's complete, you're ready to live in. I have my bed bench right here. The bench turns into the bed. So all of that is done. So you have everything that we require for me to call it done. To make this very livable and not like a stressful livable either, like a comfortable livable. It's just cleaning up, making things look nice, finishing up trim. But like as I was saying before I went on a little rant, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following along, comments, questions, concerns, all that stuff that was left in the comment section. Even if you didn't, you thought about it. Thank you very much. But yeah, I'm about to gain some time for me where like stress levels aren't the highest, where I'm like pressure wise of gotta get this every Wednesday on top of having a job. So this video is recorded, what is it, October 1st. I challenged myself earlier in the month, I think probably even before September, that I wanted it done to the point of the Wednesday guarantee, and that's where we're at right now. Probably could call it a day late because yesterday was the end of September. But October 1st is the finishing of this video. By the time you see this video, it's going to be like November, like out where it's cold, December maybe. I don't know. Like I have some videos already uploaded, ready to go. So by the time you see this, it's October 1st now. By the time you see it, it'll be November, December. But it's done. It's complete for the sense of feeling like I need to update and upload something about the process of it. We covered everything. We have our water, we got cabinets, everything's done. But until the next video, I feel like I got to make this one count, because every video I closed out with until next Wednesday. But like this is like one of those, this is done. So until the next video, believe in yourself. Challenge yourself. Definitely don't take the easy way out. This is definitely not the easy way out. I could just be in an apartment or a house paying rent, mortgages, and just doing what you're supposed to do, or people tell you're supposed to do. Be different. You know, follow a dream, follow a goal, try something different, even if you're uncertain, because I'm definitely was uncertain about this, but I'm reaping the benefits of it at this point now. Like, it definitely was an investment, you know, the cost and everything to build in. I haven't tallied that up. I don't think I want to tally that up, how much it costs to build something like this. But it definitely, you don't know until you try. Seeing is believing. So you can believe the process, believe in yourself. You can't go wrong. So even if you go through with it and you feel like, oh, it wasn't the best idea, at least you could say you tried. One thing you can't say, I don't try. So till the next one, try hard, try harder, get knocked down, get up, keep swinging. Peace, TJ.